What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your man Chris Jones, NoVACAIN Kennels. Uh, Today we're gonna talk about nutritional balance, nutritional requirements of raw and a little bit of kibble. Now, with kibble on the bag is labeled as nutritionally balanced, and the only reason it's labeled that way is because certain requirements, certain minerals, certain vitamins and things have been met on a scale to require it, or to call it balanced. Now, even though the bag of kibble may say balanced, it may not be balanced for every single dog, every entire dog. Each dog is its own individual, and its body requires its own balancing, its own nutritional requirements and stuff like that to thrive. So when it comes to raw food, it's a little different. With raw, it's not a specific formula to say that the food is balanced, but it's certain requirements that must be met in order for a diet to be balanced. Now, a balanced diet, when it comes to raw, is going to be met on a daily basis. It's not something that can be met on a daily basis, but it's something that is met over time. And what I mean by that is having a variety of meats, meaty bones, and organ meats. And I'm a believer in using some vegetables and some herbs from time to time as well, to make sure that the nutritional requirements of the dogs have been met. Now, when it comes to the raw feeding, I always say we must introduce variety, and we must make sure certain things are being met on a weekly basis. And one of the most important things that must be met on a weekly basis is the right amount of meaty bone and the right amount of organ meats. Now, if these things are not being met, you run risk of deficiencies with vitamins and minerals and nutrients, as well as issues with the gut, issues with the skin, the fur, and so on, and bones, the actual bone itself of your dog, the skeleton of your dog. So it's very important that over time, over the course of a week, over the course of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, that the dog's nutritional levels, nutritional requirements are being met correctly. Now, when it comes to my food, I call my food balanced. And the main reason I call my food balanced is because when it comes to my raw mixes, I have a specific formula that I use to put a right amount of bone in, the right amount of muscle meat, the right amount of organ, and when I do use vegetables and herbs, the right amounts. And it always switches up with my dogs. 1 week I might have just beef and chicken. Another week have goat, so on and so on. But throughout the month, I make sure my dogs have had at least chicken, turkey, goat, beef, fish, pork, and any other meats that I run across, like duck and rabbit, to make sure that my dogs are being fed appropriately. Now, when it comes to the vegetable content for my food, I make sure my dogs have vegetables in their mixes every other month. And when I say vegetables, I mean vegetables and herbs and fruits as well, every other month. And when they have it every other month, they're having it at least 4 times a week inside of the mixes. All right, and that's just to make sure that over time I'm meeting all the needs of the dogs, all the vitamin needs, all the mineral needs, all the things that I feel that a dog should have in their system in order for them to thrive and have what I consider to be a balanced diet. Now, if you're going to do raw food, it is more important that you feed the dog appropriately over saving money. Now, where it comes to saving money when it comes to raw food is, once your dog, pas toucher, nine, drop it. Once your dog has been on raw and the nutritional requirements have been met over time.
Dad, I found your flashlight.
Okay, go play with it. Have been met over time, the money saving portion comes in because you have less health issues with your dog, and your dog is actually seeing the vet a lot less because you don't have to take them in for all these different health issues. All right. So it is important that you meet the requirements to make your dog you meet the requirements to make your dog's meals balanced throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout 2 months, in order to save money in the long run. Now, another way that you save money when it comes to raw food is the variety. You know, when you buying variety, you're not paying attention to drop it. You're not paying attention to drop it. To the actual products that you're getting and the amount of money that you're spending, because you're out there, if you're doing it yourself, you're out there finding what I call the best deals, but you're making sure you find the right offal, you make sure you find the right meaty bones, and you're making sure you find the right muscle meats to balance out your dog's meals throughout a course of a month. I'm going to say a course of a month because it's very important that you understand that a dog's requirements will not be met within 1 week, 2 weeks. They should be met, or they should be getting as close as possible to being met, but it really takes about a month to make sure that everything that your dog needs is being met. Now, after you fed for a month and you're trying to figure out if your dog's nutritional requirements have been met, you would start to notice things. You know, if your dog start to lose fur, you know something has been missed. If your dog has a odd gut, you know something has been missed. So things need to be tweaked in order to bring everything back into balance. Now, I'm going to say it again, and then I'm just going to end this video. If you choose to do this stuff right, people, and choose to do it yourself, please, please, please research, look up, read, do as much as you can to make sure that the nutritional requirements for your dogs are being met when you're feeding a raw diet. If not, you run the risk of hurting your dog, as well as spending a ton of money at the vet trying to figure out how to fix your dog. So it's your man Chris Jones, NoVACAIN Kennels. If you're gonna feed raw, let's do it right. And I'm out.